Welcome to my show. My name is Marcel Johnson, and this is a freedom experience.
You mess with that?
Yeah.
Listen, man, so welcome back to the Freedom Experience. As you know, my name is Marcel Johnson. I appreciate every single person who taps in. Man, I ask that you would like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? You got to hit the button so that you can keep up with us, man, y'all family. So thank you so much for tuning in. But today I have somebody who is an incredible artist, somebody who I can't wait to introduce y'all to, somebody who I'm honored that they're, you know what I'm saying, on the show. So let's get into it. What's up, bro?
How you doing?
What's up, man?
Good.
Let's go. This is Cameron Terrell. So y'all know I like to introduce people and give them a title, so I want to get this correct like I always do. Cameron Terrell, musicianary, father, innovator, and child of God.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Those are some impactful titles. The missionary or the musicianary is so different that I can't wait to tap into that. Fatherhood, it just changes your life.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
An innovator just means that you're manifesting and you're creating. And then a child of God is where it all comes from.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Where did you grow up at and how would you describe your childhood?
Okay. So from Philly, born and raised.
Philly, okay.
Yes, Philly. That's
Philly,
where my
shout out
family
Philly.
is. Everybody, yeah, shout out Philly. All my family, I love you. But I moved around as a, growing up. So I started in Philly. I ended up in Williamsport, which is like more central PA.
Okay.
Williamsport, Lewisburg. So we moved around a bit. My dad was a pastor, and and
Okay,
doing that type of
PK.
stuff. So yeah, I'm PK.
Okay.
Then eventually we ended up here in Pittsburgh. So I've kind of
Wow.
moved from one side of Pennsylvania over to the other side. So I'm here now. But yeah, that's my progression in life as far as like my childhood, how everything went. But my childhood was great. Growing up, I'm the oldest of six.
Six,
So,
bro?
Yeah, oldest of six. 3 boys, 3 girls.
Okay.
And dude, it was great being able to move, being able to see different parts of PA. And then now I'm a Yinzer.
Pittsburghian.
Yeah. Pittsburghian.
Bro, so first of all, I didn't know you was a PK. Being a PK can be difficult because a lot of them like pressures that fall onto your father and that oversight, it falls onto you.
Right.
And there's a level of perfection that makes you feel like, you have to operate in that. How did you navigate dealing with that?
I mean, it didn't seem like it was too hard for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like growing up, I didn't have much like. Not I didn't have much struggle, but I didn't have like those normal expectations which you would think of like what it would be like for a PK. To me, it was just like I'm going to church, like we're cool. Like we did stuff like worship in the house. We did stuff like like my dad, like even though he preached to on Sundays and stuff, like he was normal. It was the same at home, so it wasn't like much of a big difference. Like going to church and then like being home or doing other things outside because it was all the same. We were the same people. You know what I mean? It was very normal in our house. So I didn't have like there is a level of expectation that you get because you have like you're the PK family, like you're that. So
exactly.
You gotta have some type of appearance and all that stuff that comes with it.
Right.
But it really wasn't that difficult to navigate because it was just life. It was just like.
It was just life. I think that a lot of times and I love hearing this perspective because a lot of times people have a negative perspective of PK kids.
Right.
And I think the difference is when your parents are actually walking in the way that Christ, worthy of the call, walking in the way that's worthy of the call, and they're just being an example at home, it becomes no longer about a show. You know what I'm saying? I think it's when you're trying to balance 2 different lives or when you're trying to do that. And I mean, there is some ups and downs with being a PK, being a pastor. Nobody's perfect. But whenever you're just organically living that life, your kids will pick up on it and you don't really have to try to show and tell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So your parents was just doing that.
Right. And I think that's like a big thing for just Christian homes in general. Because when you see your parents or your family, acting different in church, then your view of God in general will be skewed or not real. It's like, okay, like this is what it is, because now like they don't even believe it. My dad don't even, like, he's just this way around you guys, or he's just this way. And I think that's the reason why, like once I like committed to Jesus, like really,
like in your real,
like
in my
in my real life, like when I decided, like it was like it felt like it's just okay. It's Monday.
Yeah,
like
it's normal.
Yeah, right,
Hey, man, bro, this is how it's supposed to be. Like, life with Christ is supposed to be normal, because that's what you're going to exist in forever.
Right.
This earth is perishing away as we speak. Like, we're all getting older and perishing away, but like your life with Christ will live forever.
Right.
So I think it should be natural as breathing. That's the way that we're supposed to be operating. And it is difficult when you have parents who show you a different way, but they say something like this whole saying, "Do as I say, not as I do."
Right.
And then it becomes like this conflicting confusion in a child's mind, where they're trying to figure out, do I do what you say, or do I do what you do, or what works best for me? And I think that makes it such a challenge to walk in a way, like, you know what I'm saying, with Christ. But when you have a parent who's walking in that way automatically, it kind of cuts the middleman out.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, bro, when did music start for you? Like, how old were you?
My whole family is music. Like
I was gonna
come
ask
from
that too.
Yeah, so like my mom, my aunt, my uncle, my grandma, like
musician
all
family.
like they all sing, they all play, or not all, they don't all play, but like we have pianos in the houses and stuff like that. Like it was, I had a drum set, or like we just had it. It was just there in the music. So I don't even know when I started.
Yeah.
I'll say that when I like actually picked up an instrument and got serious, when I started playing like keyboard.
Yeah.
I was probably like maybe 14, 15 when it was like
Wow,
real, when it was like I was doing it. When it was like
did you used to do covers and stuff of like celebrity music and stuff like that?
I used to just play in church.
Oh,
like,
you used to just do church? Yep.
Yeah, I got
that
right
makes
into
sense.
like that was my introduction. Like I would play. My dad would have me sit and play. He like really gave me that fire to help me like pick up an instrument, because then I had like, it started out as like I had to practice. It was like, okay, I'm good at this. Yes, I have like the mind to do it. But I wasn't gonna sit at a keyboard and do it myself and discipline myself to be able to play. So it started out as he like sitting me down, hey, try this, play this, like try to understand how this goes and how this goes. And really it was just like a self-taught thing until I started watching videos and like, stuff like that to kind of get it.
My bad.
No,
and I was going to ask you who taught you, but it wasn't even like someone taught you. Your dad just put you in a position to self-teach yourself in a way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
I had resources and stuff.
I was going to ask that.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, but I didn't have like specific teachers. I kind of like learned from a bunch of different
ways.
Yeah.
Outlets. Media.
I had a couple uncles. My main uncle, he's a keyboard player, like big time.
Okay.
So like he showed me like some foundational stuff that helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Then I grew on top of that, watching some videos. Hearing play is a big deal. For the musicians that know about hearing play.
So I was going to ask you, bro. First of all, your family's dope. Like, shout out to Alan, because Alan is, you know what I'm saying, he does the booking for the Freedom Experience. His cousin Alan do that, so shout out to him.
I didn't even know that till like last week.
Exactly. So your family is like legit, bro. But I wanted to ask you, man, like, who are some of your influences growing up? Like, when you were growing up, who were you listening to?
So, okay, who was I listening to? Man, this is a long, dude.
Give us a few. Just give us a few.
Probably one of the biggest artists, impactful artists for me was Jonathan McReynolds.
Oh yeah, Jonathan. I know him. So let me hear something.
Hear something from Jonathan McReynolds?
Yeah, or just from anybody. Let me just hear some. Cause Cam sings, y'all. So you gotta stick around, cause I'm gonna have him perform. But let's hear something, bro. Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot, bro.
I even got to think of his lyrics, man. I'm so terrible with lyrics. Okay, Jonathan McReynolds' song, one of his most famous ones, is called No Gray. He starts off, like, his lyrics just hit home. He's like, Lord, I'm split in two. Part of me loves the world and the other loves you. So what do? I want to be saved, but I got to stay cool, too. Like, stuff like that, like, just right there, that lyric, to start a song off with that is hard. Because it's like you're already hitting, like, deep pieces of like
that's like literally a lot of people's life. Like, I love you, God, but I want to be in the world, but I want to be cool, but I want to be in the kingdom. That was so. Jonathan McReynolds is a beast.
His writing
Yeah.
It's like I think that's the thing that most impresses me when it comes to artistry, is when you like, because obviously when you're writing a song, you want people to feel it the way that you feel it as you're writing it. You're writing
Translate it over.
Right. It's like as I'm writing something, this is hitting me. This is something that's hitting me deeply. So I'm writing it down. I'm putting melody and stuff to it.
Yeah.
But when I actually like go to share it with somebody, it's not always received the same way, or it's like
it gets lost in the translation.
Right. So like that's one of the biggest goals in songwriting, is that I want, like, you know, as me conveying this message to you, like if I can help you get to how it hit me, then it's like this song is good. That
Then
like
like
to me,
score, like you won.
Right.
And you know it's crazy because I think everybody is an artist in their own right.
Yeah.
Like we're all creating different things. Even if you work that 9 to 5, you're creating your wardrobe when you wake up. You're creating, you know what I'm saying, a schedule, your itinerary. I think we're all artists. And I think whenever you're a musician, you definitely want your message that you cultivated to translate to your audience.
Yeah.
And I think it takes time and skill to develop that. And I think you do that though, bro. Like your music, I actually want you, I don't know if you're going to sing one of your songs, but I love like your music is kind of like the Jonathan McReynolds. You can tell you put thought behind your lyrics. Yeah. And whenever you execute it, you do it in a way where you care about the listener. You're not just doing it like this ain't about nobody else. It's like it is about you, but you also want it to be well received.
Yeah.
And I think that's like that's skills of a great artist. You know what I mean? And I think it's legendary. Just keep working at it. But I want to talk about you being a husband. Okay. You're a husband.
Yes.
You're a father.
Yes.
How many kids you got?
2.
But the last time when I talked to your wife, she was like, "We want 5." I'm like, "Bro, y'all want 5 kids?" Like,
well, we both come from big families.
Okay, yeah. A lot of siblings.
So yeah, I feel like it's only natural to like want to have a full house.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have 2 right now. 2 in 2 years. Yeah. So yeah, we're.
So what has fatherhood taught you so far?
Bro, it like.
He said, "Bro." He said, "Bro."
Dude, it's a lot. I mean, honestly, I say one of the biggest lessons, one of the things that I'm walking through right now, is just the love of a father in general. It's like so many other things have just like just my view and perception of God. I think like I had to change the way that I like before thinking of God. It's just like, oh, he's like my Lord or my leader or my, you know, like he's my provider. He's my, but like really tapping into like, he is my like lover, my father. Like he really cares. And I think that there's an aspect of it that like you can really only get when you put yourself into like that kind of position. Like either you're like really good at projecting yourself as like a father, or you actually become a father, and it's just like, bro, there's absolutely nothing that this baby like could do. Like every one of my other relationships in my life, there's something I could get. Yeah. Like there's something that like regardless if we're just friends or how cool we are, we're brother and sister, whatever the case may be, there's something that you can offer me. Right. Like just in general as a relationship. A baby, they don't got nothing to give to you. They don't care about, you know what I mean? So it's like, but somehow you just love this thing more than any, like, you know what I mean? So it's
it's like it causes you to become selfless because you realize this person who can do nothing for me, I put value on them. And then you have a different perspective because it's like you said, the baby can do wrong to you, and you're still like, no matter what that child does, you're going to love that child. Right. And that child is like really born just for you to love on. Right. It's like you have no expectations. Right. And then when it comes to God and us relating that fatherhood scenario, it's like God just wants to love us. Yeah. We're created to be loved, and everything he's correcting us for is really for our good. Like how you would correct your son. Right. Like, listen, don't do that, do this. It's all coming from a place of love and like guidance. Right. But I love the fact you said, bro, like having the fatherhood mindset changes you. Yeah. Because it's like you have a different perspective of people. Yeah. And from God. Right. And I think God shared this with me before. He said, you know, the goal is for every human being to understand the role of father, mother, and child. Because in everybody's life, you have to be like the dictator, the organizer, the one that gets stuff done. And then you have to be the lover. You have to be the one who's intentional about the emotions and tapped into like nurturing. That's the mom part. And then you have to be the child, which is like humility, like peace, like surrender and just willing to be led and guided. And you being a father is like changing you, bro. I was going to ask you, what is it teaching you now? But you kind of already answered that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to it. Like, I'm still, you know, like, I mean, especially now, like, I had my first son last year.
Wow.
And again, like, that was during that time period where it's just like I have to love this person. You know what I mean? Because like
Did you ever feel like I don't love this person, but
No.
I need to love? Because some people have that disconnect.
Yeah. I never felt like I didn't love it, or didn't love him, so I had to love him.
Yeah.
It was more so like I have to love him because like he's counting on me, or like now there's another there's another goal in my life, or a level of that my life has gotten to where it's not just like making money, or it's not just going to work. It's not just whatever your normal. Like most people don't even have goals. It's just like I go to work, I go home, I drink a beer, I
chill, I watch,
go to sleep,
like
and then
that's just what
and
it
then
is.
just do it over and over again.
Yep.
But it's like now there's like I have like somebody following me, and like that represents me, like represents like who I am. Who do I want to be?
And it's like, bro, it's like there's another responsibility on you.
For sure.
And when you have that pressure and that responsibility, it's almost like it causes you to have to rely on God. Like now, God,
Right.
I know I need your help because I
Right.
know that I'll mess this up. And the thing about parenthood is like everybody messes up.
Oh, for sure.
It's like it's not
nobody
even,
does it right.
Nobody does it right, and I think it's just about correcting maybe what the generation before you did, and then or adding to it, like building on it, and then that's what it's about. You teach them, you guide them, and you train them in a way that they should go. You know what I mean? And I think you're doing that great. What about, bro? Struggles and insecurities that you might have dealt with, like either growing up or even still now? Because I think as musicians, as innovators, as creators, we always deal with like personal insecurities. It might be something with our look, it might be something with our art, our work, but we still find a way to push past that to create.
Well, I think that like when it comes to a creative person, you're gonna create regardless because it's in you. You can't turn it off. It's not it's not a thing that's like, oh, I'm just not gonna do it today. Like somehow you're gonna end up creating something, whether it's a thought or whether you actually ended up doing it. So like that's just how it is. Like that's who you are. So I don't think that creativity is just like, it's just a thing that can be secondary to your life. It's like
But what are some struggles that you deal with, or some insecurities
in your creativity? I think that like, or me personally, honestly,
or even outside of your creativity, just like what you might deal with.
It's just being enough. Honestly, like thinking that your creativity is like not real.
Wow.
Or like to yourself when it's
Imposter
like,
syndrome?
right, there's somebody that does it better. You know what I mean? Like thoughts like that. Or there's somebody that like has a better idea than me. There's somebody that like can execute this better, or whatever the case may be. Like whoever in life that you look up to, or you're always gonna think they have the next level, or they're the next step in front of me, or whatever the case, all that type of stuff. So I think that's really a common issue, something that I have personally struggled with. It's like, and has caused me to not want to be creative, and it's caused me to like really like take the back burner on a lot of stuff, just because I felt like I wasn't maybe the right person to do it, or there's somebody else that that's supposed to be in that position, or supposed to be doing that, or supposed to be leading that, or supposed to be so like that's been a struggle that I think that a lot of creatives face. Is just really there's somebody else. You know what I mean?
Bro, I feel like everybody deals with that. And as you're telling me this and as you're talking to me, I just am reminded through the Holy Spirit that the enemy whispers. And he's always whispering, trying to talk you out of your calling. And I feel like even though we always do compare, that's why I'm trying to break that spirit of comparison off of my team, off of my city, anywhere I go. Because I think whenever you start comparing yourself, you lose sight of who you are and what your mission is. It's almost like there's a big puzzle that God put together, the whole earth, and you're a puzzle piece. Nobody else can take your place. You fit exactly where you need to fit in that. And if you're not there, there's a missing piece. And I think instead of us comparing and competing, it's like, where do I just fit in at as far as my calling, my walk, my destiny? And you do that regardless, and that's what's beautiful about your walk. But I love that you express that, because so many people compare themselves, whether it's through social media, whether it's your family, no matter what, you compare yourself. But it's something that everybody deal with, but those are whispers from the enemy, and you need to know you have a purpose, you have a calling, and nobody can do it like you. You're important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it
Comparison
is.
kills.
Comparison kills. Okay, so I wanted to play this game with you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
It's called word recognition.
Okay.
But this is the singing edition. There's different
Okay.
editions. You feel me?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens is I'm going to say a word, and then you have to sing a song that either comes to mind from the word or the word is actually in the song.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
All right, so the first word is good.
You're a good, good father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am.
Yeah.
It's who I am. It's who I am.
You're a good, good father. Yeah, that song's hard. That song just literally worships God.
Yeah.
Like when you sing, if you're like, I don't know what to pray, I don't know what to do, turn that song on, Good, Good Father, and sing it, and you're just singing unto God. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so the next song is going to be Joy.
Joy.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in the season right now. Joy to the world, the
Hey.
Lord is come.
Okay.
Let earth receive her King. What's the words?
Let everyone
Prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sings, and heaven and nature sings.
That's a little Christmas bop.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, joy to the world. And man, listen, I know everybody be getting caught up with the whole Christmas thing. And I'm like, listen, bro, there's no other day in the world that the world celebrates and acknowledges that Jesus Christ was born. So regardless of the pagan everything, let's just celebrate. Let it be joy to the world.
Yeah.
You feel me? All right, so the last word is freedom or free.
It's an old song that we used to sing, and it's like, oh man, I wanna jump loud, or I wanna sing louder than before. I wanna jump higher than before. And then the chorus is freedom. It's real fast. Freedom.
Hey, hey.
Freedom. Freedom.
Sing it.
It's fun. One of them songs that you just like jump, go crazy. It's just like.
Sing that last part again, because I'm just looking at our
chorus.
sign, freedom, and it's just doing something to my spirit.
Freedom, freedom,
Yeah.
freedom, freedom. So literally that's it. It's just for you.
That word is so special, bro. Freedom, it's what we all getting. We finding freedom, man. Okay. So that was dope though.
Yeah.
You're really a singer. I love when you could put somebody on blast and they can actually sing.
Yeah.
And I bring like real singers on my show because I have a love for music.
Yeah.
So people don't realize like I have a love for the supernatural, Jesus, God. I have a love for entrepreneurs, intellectuals, but music plays a significant part in my life. So I appreciate it.
I heard you earlier in that intro. I was like, I peeped it. Yeah,
I be singing and doing rapping. I be free. Oh, you talking about the freestyle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
was
be
like,
freestyling. Y'all don't even know. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it under wraps. That's for, you know what I'm saying,
I
behind
just
the
put
scenes.
you on blast.
Yeah, don't put me on
He
blast.
can do it. He can do it.
Listen, man. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, where do you see yourself in the future, bro? Like, what are some of your goals, aspirations?
I try to keep things simple. I just want to be following God.
Okay.
Like that's it. Wherever the Lord takes me, leads me, is where I'm supposed to be. I'm not trying to make. I mean, there's like, realistic goals as far as like, being able, putting out more music, more albums, stuff like that.
Come on.
But in general, for my life,
Yeah.
dude, I just want to go wherever God sends me.
I love that.
I want to create whatever He puts on my heart. I want to lead whoever He has for me to lead. And that's it, wherever that takes me.
Well, let me ask you this. What inspires you?
New stuff, I'll be honest with you. When I hear people that like create like new business model or like things like that, new studios, new equipment, new like building, like stuff like that is just like cool. I like the building process and what it takes to like get from point A to point B. I think that's probably like my downfall, but then also like one of my like something that I think that is really great about myself is that almost in every situation I see a way to build something. And a lot of times that it either causes me to go too far and actually try and do it. And then in other ways, I'm like, yeah, that's my main thing. That inspires me is when I see new stuff happening, new ways of things to being made, and it really drives me to actually try to do stuff myself.
I love it because a lot of people try to avoid or they don't put value on the journey. And life really is about a journey, so you have to learn to embrace, you know what I'm saying, the growing process and the challenges that come, because within that building process, it is hard and it does get difficult, but you have to be a thinker and then you have to keep navigating. And something that helps me out is I just be knowing God has a plan for me and that he won't fail me. So then I just keep walking through all the uncertainty. So I enjoyed the journey too.
Yeah.
Because it teaches me something that I wouldn't have known without going through it. Okay. So I want to talk about you being a creator, an innovator of a space, an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit briefly about this space and how you created it and how you came up with it.
Yeah. So me and my wife came up with a record label, a new form of record label called Sound County Records. We don't work as like the traditional record label where you go and just like you spend a fortune to get music made and then that's kind of it, and then they do whatever they do marketing on. Like we do a lot of that stuff, but we kind of have a different focus. We are a ministry focused record label, really just trying to help creatives. That's who we're for, essentially. That's our target target people, are creative people, but we also serve the local church.
Yep.
Big part of our mission, our values, is placing musicians, worship leaders, sound guys, lights people, stage crew, all that type of stuff with churches that are in need of it. That's our main thing, and we really the reason why we started that was because me and my wife were worship leading at a couple of different churches, from the time that we met up until we started having kids. And when we started Sound County, where we just felt like there was more that we could do.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad at what we were doing. I was the keys guy. I was the worship leader. Jared was
because you
singing.
are a worship leader.
Yeah, I'm a worship leader. I lead worship every Sunday.
That could be pulling on you a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Burnout is common for a lot of worship leaders. So we try to do it in a healthy way, so that we can avoid burnout. But it wasn't bad at the churches that we were. It's just that we just felt as we weren't fulfilled just playing a role, and it seemed as though there wasn't a big push to like helping places that actually needed stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got your big churches, you got your other churches, and then you got like 7 churches around the block that don't even that are doing worship on YouTube. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And it's like it's not that it's bad. It's just that if you ask those pastors, their vision is definitely to have they want that stuff too.
Like live band, live worship.
Right.
I love this, bro, because I keep telling people I have an organization called Global Transformation, and we focus on entrepreneurs, and we build, unite, and expand them. But what's amazing is because we develop that out of a problem-based mindset. And then we're like, we need to be the solution.
Yeah.
So in your mind, you see a problem, you become the solution. Instead of just knowing the solution, you become it. Yeah. You and your wife created a recording agency.
Yeah. So I'll explain what. So it's a record label.
A record label. Okay.
A record label where creatives come to either lead worship or become parts of bands, record.
Wow.
They get access to free studio time and a network of other musicians to work with. They build chemistry together. They come and rehearse. They record. They do all that type of stuff. And then for the free studio time, what they do is they actually go out on Sundays to a church that's in need.
That's so
to help worship lead or do worship. Or whatever the need is, they go to help fill. So that's the deal that we have.
Yeah.
As the record label. Like you come record, you get free studio time, you get all that stuff, but then you also have to serve.
So I love it because it's almost a thing where you come in, you're able to use your gift, you're able to use all the equipment, the space. I've been to your studio. It's an awesome studio. You could just feel like peaceful. It feels like you're at home, but also you're in a creative space. You can sit there and write all day if you want, or record all day. But on the flip side to that, you then have to go back and serve the community, and you have to utilize your gift in church. You're almost putting people in position to use their gift at the same time build their own platform.
Yeah.
So it's like a win-win situation. So if you're a worship leader or if you're somebody who's a musician and you're looking for a place to be able to have free studio time and to be able to work on your gift, but you're willing to go into another church and then go worship. You know what I'm saying? Go utilize your gift for God. You got to hit my man Kelm up because he has the record label. So, bro, you're a part of this Pittsburgh movement. Like, God has been showing me how he's moving Pittsburgh around. He's using the show. He's using every single person who comes on this show. And I see you're a big part of that because we need that type of ministry where people are like, I would worship at a church, but I don't know what church to worship at.
Right.
But then, like, you go to Kelm and then you send them out to go and worship.
Yeah.
And I think that you're a part of that movement, and it's beautiful, bro. And I just want to give you your flowers today. You know what I'm saying? I just want to tell you that I'm proud of you. I want to tell you you're doing an incredible job by walking in your purpose and being an example for other black men, because a lot of times black men don't really have anybody to look up to.
Right.
So you are walking in that way. You're not just talking about it. You're walking that walk as a husband, as a leader, as a worship leader, as just like a hard worker, as an innovator, creator, entrepreneur. I mean, the list goes on, y'all. You're doing that, and I just want to say, bro, I'm proud of you. So if I'm proud of you, you know our Father is super proud of you. Like, you put a smile on his face. So I just want you to take that and know that it's being acknowledged. We see that, and we appreciate it.
Thank
and
you.
I'm looking forward to your future. Like, I know the best is yet to come. So so this is the thing I want to leave off with. You're walking and following your dreams. If there's somebody at home right now who is like, I want to follow my dreams, but I'm scared or I'm timid or they're being attacked, what would you tell them to follow their dreams? Like, what would you say to them to help inspire them to do that?
Okay. I would say,
Hold on, which camera should he look at? Either one. Okay, go ahead.
right, I'm going to get this one.
Okay.
I would say, don't be afraid of being wrong. I'd say, don't let being your idea of what's wrong and what's right stop you from doing what you feel God is putting on your heart. That has stopped me in a lot of different things where I thought, it's not me, I'm not the right person, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not that. But like, step out, have faith, and actually go. If God put it on your heart, then it's meant for you. Go ahead and do it. It's not wrong.
Yo, if God put it on your heart, then just step out.
Yeah.
And it's really not about you. By you sitting on that gift, you're blocking other people's blessing. Like, your gift is really not for you, it's for somebody else. And you really got to be willing to use it so that everybody who God intended to benefit from it can benefit. So I always like to end this show with words of wisdom.
Okay.
So I ask everybody, what are your words of wisdom? What is it that keeps you going, or what is a mantra, Bible verse, whatever, that you repeatedly say to yourself in different seasons of your life?
Man. Dude, you're pulling deep on me.
Come on.
I would say, so this is a big conversation in our house, where, and this is me, how I feel and things that I've learned.
Okay.
My words of wisdom and what I have followed and what has kind of helped me is that I don't try not to mistake your calling for what God has called you to do with just something that you think that you're doing right now with a job or a position or something specific in your life. Like, we're all called to glorify God, spread the gospel, and worship Him. Period. Like, period. That's what we do. That's what we're here for.
Right.
Do I think God cares about what job you have? No. Probably doesn't matter much. As long as you're worshiping with your life, that is probably the best thing that you could be doing, period, is worshiping God with your lifestyle and not with what you do. Not specifically something that you feel like, if I'm doing this, then this is going to be glorifying God. Like, no, you're already glorifying God because your heart is already set on what glorifies Him. Just go ahead and live your life. Go ahead and do that. Yeah, that's it. That's my words of wisdom.
And I feel like that's hard, bro, because I feel like basically it's like your purpose isn't necessarily what you do. Your purpose is who you are and who you choose to worship with your life. And I feel like if you're walking, no matter what job, no matter what, you know what I mean, whatever you find yourself doing, when you're doing it with a heart posture of just giving off that light, giving off that love, giving off what God put you here to do, then at the end of the day, you're in your purpose. You could be doing a 9 to 5. You could be an entrepreneur. God's like, look, do whatever makes you happy, but in the process, love my people, shine that light. And
Right.
That's your purpose.
I could be doing 1,000 things.
Yeah.
I'm good at 1,000 things that I, you know, like, but yeah, if I don't write a song at the end of the day, then like I'm not fulfilled.
Yeah, because that's like your
Because that's
gift,
my gift.
and it helps and it adds to your purpose.
Right.
But your purpose is bigger than your gift, because even if your gift was to fall off, even though God says He doesn't repent, like gift comes out repentance, but if something was to happen where you couldn't use your hands, your voice, it doesn't mean that you don't have a purpose. A lot of people are in wheelchairs. A lot of people have disabilities, and they feel like, my purpose was taken from me. But a lot of times, God will still use you. Not a lot of times, every time, if you're willing, God will still use you, and your purpose still will prevail in your life. But you got to be willing to find it. And remember, I said it's always just to shine that light and to love people. When you do that, it's almost like it's a GPS system that puts you right back where you need to be when you just choose to love and show light. But you know what my words of wisdom is. I said every single show. My words of wisdom is always this, y'all. It's time, find freedom. It's time.
Find God.
Let's go. Every time I hear that, bro, I mean, we've been doing this show so much, but every time I hear it, I get so excited, man. But y'all stick around because my bro is going to perform. So I ask y'all, man, to make sure you like this video, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and hit my bro up. I'm going to have all of his information, you know what I'm saying, in the description, in the box, you know what I'm saying, find it below. And follow him and check him out, man. He got some new music coming. You got a new album coming.
Yep.
It should be dropping around the time this comes out. I'm very excited about your work. He has a song that he's singing to God, like a fatherhood song or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't really know it completely, but I just know when I heard it, it made me feel like, dang, this is deep. Is that out?
No, not yet.
That's not out yet. But listen, is that going to be on the album?
It will.
Okay, so that's going to be on the album. So y'all heard it from me, man. My bro's music is legit, and he got some songs that's really going to make you tap in. So make sure you follow him. Make sure you continue to follow us for the journey. I love you so much for watching, and this is only the beginning. This is a movement. You ready? You're a part of it. Let's go. Peace.
Hey guys, Terrell back at the Freedom Experience. I'm about to do a song for y'all. This song is an original I put out a little while ago, but this is the first song that I actually ever recorded and actually released. So here it is. This is Home. I will wait at your feet until you speak. I'll stay kneeled until you lift me up. I will rest in your presence till your presence is my reality. Oh, 'cause you are my home. You are my home. This is my home before the throne. Yeah. I will seek you till I find you. I will chase you more and more. And I won't stop until you take over and I no longer am the same. Oh, 'cause you are my home. This is my home. You are my home before the throne. Lord, you're my desire. Overtake my heart like an overwhelming sea. 'Cause home is where the heart is, where I dwell, in the presence of the everlasting King. My Abba Father, you are my home. This is my home.
experience.